Welcome to Delving Deeper, a series where we have a metagame discussion about our characters, events in the game, the world, or just demand, what the hell were you thinking of our fellow characters? Or ourselves in some cases. I'm Oleander Hawthorne, and today I have with me Roald
Grimble.
Grimble, not Griswold. Okay, wrong world. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna ask him a few questions just to get to know him a little bit better. So, first of all, at the very beginning of the campaign, when we started, what kind of character were you trying to build?
What kind of character was I trying to build?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd really even gotten that far. It was sort of, I just decided, hey, I'm going to play an archer build, just 'cause, honestly, I don't think I ever have. And so I just went that route and then started on my backstory. I was like, oh, okay, I guess he's an archer, but I don't know. I just decided to go sort of both rogue and fighter, so then I just sort of built the backstory around that, and yeah, essentially that's where I went.
Yeah, I believe that you and I build characters the exact opposite way. I have a character and a story in mind, and then I build based on that, and then you have the build and then build a story around it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Because, exactly. I think I thought of the character first, so, yeah.
It's kind of neat, different perspectives on how to build things. As we went on in the game, how has your character deviated from your original plan?
Well, I guess I would have had to have a plan in the first place, so I don't know if you can really say he's deviated. But honestly, I think he's actually stayed fairly true to his roots. I don't know. Technically, I think I changed my alignment, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Which I forgot myself.
I'm the most lawful good character that there ever did
No, I was lawful
be.
neutral to start with, thank you. But
yeah, he thinks he's
apparently I'm
lawful
chaotic good now when I look at my character sheet.
I don't know. I feel like you're leaning towards evil. I don't know.
Oh, not even close. Not even close. No.
I don't know. Selfish, sadistic. Is there?
There's interpretations, but
is there an alignment called selfish, sadistic?
Well, maybe you just don't understand my, where I come from. So that's okay.
Definitely not. Which is kind of fun. Is there anything from your background, backstory, anything that you want to tell people about that has been revealed prior to recording, or just aspects of your character that affects your choices but never really comes about in the gameplay that is just there but never discussed?
Yeah, so I don't know, I guess it's hard to remember. I'll probably have to just start with my backstory, to be honest, just because ultimately I can't recall exactly what has and hasn't been described, but Roald was even just as a young child, he got taken by orcs, and then he was living in essentially an orcish mine as a canary for years and years, and watched the depravities that orcs would get into. So he's seen awful things from both orcs and what horrible conditions can do to the human condition as well, to survive. So that's sort of the main ones that that made him. I don't know, I guess we can keep going. He eventually escaped. He was fairly adept, fairly agile. He tried to escape a couple times, got hurt pretty good, but eventually he did get out, and he was with an elven tribe for a few years, and then unfortunately, they sort of got involved with the orcs and and his tribe unfortunately got wiped out. They really underestimated how strong the orcs were. Roald obviously had something to do with that. He wanted the orcs to be attacked, but anyways, that's sort of where he came from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And within the recordings, we get a lot more of his backstory at the beginning of the recordings, so that's kind of fun to introduce the beginning of the podcast episodes with. And so if you already listened to those, then you're a little more aware of your great nemesis.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Who I think is... Yeah.
What is your favorite game moment prior to recording that affected your character's choices?
I don't think I can answer that question. You're gonna have to give me more.
Can you not answer? Okay, what's your favorite game moment pre-recording period?
Oh, pre-recording period? Oh, geez. Well, there was a pretty awful session. I don't know if it was my favorite, but I think everyone laughed pretty hard. There's been a couple, though. Actually, no, I think my favorite moment, it was definitely when Theron and Delphine had their fight. By far, that was the most humorous thing that I've seen. Yeah, I don't know. The other one I'm not talking about was essentially, what was his name? Drax ultimately dressed me as a woman, and then we infiltrated a club. So that one was a little sketchy. Well, I think everyone else liked that one.
We all loved that one.
Sorry.
Stop banging the table. We all loved that one. Roldina is what we referred to her as. Yeah. Drax rolled
I went full Valley Girl.
Yeah, that was perfect. We decided, because Drax rolled a 20 on disguising you, that you were just perfectly disguised as the most attractive woman that there ever could be, and then we all went bar hopping.
Yeah, essentially. So
that was really good.
Probably not my favorite, but
I was devastated because
it was a little awkward for me.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even in person for that session. I was video chatted in due to weather, and I was so sad that I didn't get to actually be here. It was pretty great, even though even over video though. What is your goal or aspiration during this campaign?
I don't think I really have direct goals. I think really it's about, I guess, creating a family and actually seeing those around me not, ultimately become good people. How things have gone. I don't know if he even really trusts a lot of the group. Because they're all infected with, various things like vampirism and just other things like that. Funnily enough, Drax is probably the one, even though, he certainly does some interesting things. Him and probably Delphine, I guess, would be the ones he trusts the most. Actually, that's not really true, as well as, anyways, the cleric as well, so anyways.
Mm-hmm. Now,
But he wants to see the other people get help and be healthy, because he's seen what happens when things become dark, so.
Who's the only character that's killed a hostage?
I think both Drax and I have done that. But that was an orc, to be very clear. It was an orc, and I have a little hatred for orcs. I've seen the atrocities that clan committed, and who knows, my character might even recognize that guy and knew that he was certainly not innocent and deserved everything he got.
What are some internal or external struggles that your character deals with?
I think it was sort of mentioned. Definitely the external struggles is, he wants to see Oleander and Einar be made whole again so they don't turn to their evil, because they are infected by vampirism. And he wants the group to actually be healthy and not eventually succumb to evil, because he's seen it happen throughout his life.
All right. Now, you didn't really have much of a home life, so asking you about that is, his home life was a cave.
My home life was a cave.
With a bunch of other prisoners.
I would try and scrounge for food. Yeah, I would try and stay alive through the beatings and whatnot. Orcs wouldn't have been very nice if you think about it. Yeah. So it was more about survival than anything.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel Roald fits into the world?
I don't think he really does fit in that well. He feels like an outsider most of the time, but that's sort of why he's constantly seeking, if you will, a family. He found it in the elves, and they ended up dying, and I think that's really his goal, is finding a family. And, ultimately, that's why he does care about these people, because at least he sees them doing good. But, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to add that from any information pre-recording, or that doesn't give spoilers at least, that you'd like to mention about your character?
I don't think there's anything specific. I don't really have any of these neat little things that everyone else has. The only other thing that's happened to me is I happened to, I don't know, I decided to pull a card from the deck of many things and got really, really lucky, but that's about it. I could have died. I'm going to be honest, I rationalized it, and I saw, oh, okay, those aren't actually that strong. So, I chanced losing everything, or, just having my character die, but it happens.
Now, okay, for your guys' parties, if you end up having somebody randomly pull a card out of the deck of many things, is this a group decision? Is this a one-off surprise, motherfuckers?
Somebody gave me a deck of cards, and albeit, apparently I was told in-game, I honestly didn't recall that, but I thought I was just pulling a card from a deck of cards in my character's mind.
I want to know what has happened with your guys' campaigns when anybody has or has not successfully pulled a card out of the deck. So, fun stuff. Anyways, thank you for joining us for Delving Deeper. If you enjoyed this, please like, follow, or share, or drop a comment if you have any questions for Roald or his player. Thank you guys very much.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.